CSX4000 427 Cobra. It's the most replicated car in history. This is top of the food chain for a continuation car. It's loud, it's nasty. It's everything you want a Cobra to be. What do you think it's worth?
Can I take the fifth?
No. Turn your driving dreams into a reality at Hemmings.com, the world's most trusted collector car marketplace since 1954. Hemmings offers live online auctions and tens of thousands of collector cars, trucks, and bikes daily. So that's how you do it.
That's how I do it.
Hey Mark, how's it going? Good to see you.
Good to see you.
So obviously I know what this is, but kind of fitting that we're in an airplane museum with Carroll Shelby's aviation history, right?
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about this Cobra you dragged in.
Yeah, and particularly you mentioned Carroll Shelby, and you got the B-25 in the background. The car, you know, aluminum body, aluminum aircraft, so it all kind of works out pretty neat.
And it's a CSX4000.
Yeah, 4000 series. This one was commissioned, so to speak, in the late 90s, then all finished up by 2001, somewhere in that range.
Okay, and finished up at Shelby America.
Yeah.
Right.
But it actually came, interestingly, to Newport Beach.
Yeah.
Went to a film editor, was the original owner on it.
Okay, and how long have you had it?
I got it in 2018,
okay.
So 4 years ago.
Awesome, well it looks great, and you know why you're here.
Yeah.
You've agreed to let me be alone with your Cobra for a little while and poke around it and do an appraisal.
Yeah, and I don't care what it's worth or not worth, because it goes with the estate, so.
Okay. Okay, cool. Well, we're gonna usher you away.
Okay, great.
Call you back in a little bit and have another talk.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks much. So I've done my inspection and appraisal of Mark's CSX4000 427 Cobra. Now, before we go any further, let's point out a couple of things here. On the first season of this show, I appraised an original 427 Street Cobra. Now, the original 427 Cobras built by Shelby America here in California from 1965 through 1967 were CSX4000 chassis number cars. Those were the original production cars built in era. After that, we have a long period where there were a bunch of replicas made of Cobras. It's the most replicated car in history. But something happened after that. Shelby decided to make their own continuation cars. This is a Shelby continuation car. It is a CSX4000 chassis number car, which is a big block continuation car. Now, of those CSX4000 continuation cars, you could get them in a variety of ways. The two most important differentiating factors are you could get a fiberglass bodied car or an aluminum bodied car. Mark's car is an aluminum bodied car. It was built by Kirkham in Poland in a MiG factory. So again, the aviation theme runs through this whole story. This is top of the food chain for a continuation car. While they are called continuation cars, they are in fact the most accurate replica of the original cars as well. Kirkham built a chassis that exactly replicates the original Cobra chassis. The body is exact in every detail and dimension. You can unbolt a suspension part off of this car and bolt it onto an original CSX3000 Cobra. That's what makes these cars really neat and unique. They are not just an approximation of an original Cobra, they are an exact replica. And they are blessed by Shelby American. Final assembly was done at Shelby American, and they have a serial number that is in the registry. Now, Mark's car also has an aluminum 427 engine that was assembled by Shelby's engine company. So unlike the original 3000 series Cobras that had a cast iron block and cast iron heads, this car has aluminum heads, an aluminum block, an aluminum intake, an aluminum water pump. I mean, everything on it was done for lightweight. These cars were light enough to begin with, but when you take that cast iron engine out of there and replace it with an aluminum one, you get more of everything you like. So looking under the hood here, this was done as a competition Cobra. It is not a street Cobra replica, it is a comp Cobra replica. So it has the comp Cobra catch tank, it has the turkey pan, everything underneath the hood looks like an original CSX3000 comp car. You'll notice it has the headers that go out the side and the side pipes. Again, not street car spec, this is comp car spec. It looks great under the hood. The car has 11,000 miles on it. It's nice and clean, although it's been driven. You heard it come in. It's loud, it's nasty, it's everything you want a Cobra to be. So in the trunk, it's not really much of a trunk anymore when you have a comp car, because it has a larger fuel tank under here and you have the spare tire up here, not leaving a lot of room for anything else. There's a little space up front where you can throw a soft-sided bag or a duffel bag up there to keep your dual fuel pumps cozy if you like, but that's about it. All right, now I will lower myself inside of here so we can take a look at the interior. Now, some other things that are different on a comp car versus a street car. On the street car, there would be a leather door pocket here to put your sunglasses and whatnot in. The comp cars didn't have that. Comp cars also have a different dashboard layout with no glove box. As a 4000 series continuation car, it is true to the original. Now, I'm in here, there's a key in it, presumably there's fuel in it, so let's start it up. Attempt to talk over this, but it's kind of difficult. That is how a comp Cobra sounds. It all depends on really the compression ratio of the engine, the camshaft, and how much packing is left in the side pipes. I would say this car has good compression, a lot of camshaft, and a little packing. It sounds pretty damn good. So, it has a 4-speed top loader, which is correct. Some guys put 5 speeds in these. Other than that, it's just what you would expect from a 427 Cobra. One aspect I did notice when I was walking around the car, it does have upgraded front calipers. It has Brembo brakes on the front, so I'm sure it stops very well, especially with the sticky Avon tires. Obviously, if you strap yourself into one of these, you're in for an exciting time. So the last little part we'll talk about on the exterior is the snout up here. Obviously, there's no grill, there's no splitter in here like a street car would have. It does have an oil cooler scoop, which on a comp car has an oil cooler. So this is all correct. You can see the plumbing for the oil cooler, and you can also see these dual fans up in front. They don't really move a lot of air, but they were there originally, so people put them back on now, so it looks appropriate. This car does benefit from one modern upgrade. It has a nice big aluminum radiator instead of an original brass one, so I'm sure the cooling is a lot better, especially considering it has an aluminum engine, which will shed heat better. I finished my appraisal of Mark's CSX4000 car. I have my number. We're gonna pull him back in here, give him that number, and see what he thinks. Welcome back.
Hey, good to be back.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't really care.
To be determined. Oh, great. Well,
it's
maybe
a keeper. I don't care if it's worth nothing or a whole bunch. Doesn't matter.
There you go. There you go. Well, love the car. Obviously, it's a super nice build. You know, it's got all the right parts. But before I give you my number, this is the trick where I get your number first.
Oh, what I think it's
yeah.
worth?
What do you think it's worth? If you were going to sell it,
can I take the fifth?
No, because you follow these things, you watch these things like a hawk. I know how Cobra guys are.
Yeah, obviously it's not a 7-figure number, you know, but it's gonna be well into the 6 figures.
Okay.
Yeah.
The problem is you can't buy one of these today. So it's kind of unique. It's hard to put a number on something like this.
Exactly.
But I do feel you see cars like this sell in the low to mid 200s pretty regularly when an aluminum body car comes up.
Yeah.
I think your car is so nicely done and the history is really great. Yeah. I think on the open market, outside of a crazy auction number, I think it's probably in that 250, 275 range.
Yeah, that's reasonable. I think every day. Yeah.
Right.
I won't take twice for that, you know, twice that much.
Well, that's good.
That's because of the emotional connection.
Yes, yes.
Exactly.
And if you ever decide to sell it, it's not one of those things that goes down in value. It's not a brand new Corvette where you have to worry about it that once it's out of warranty, it's going to drop. Yeah. I think it's a great car and you're doing the right way. And here, God willing, let's hope your estate has to worry about that problem instead of you.
That's the idea.
Yeah. All right, well, thanks so much for bringing it.
Yeah, it was great working with you.
Yeah, likewise.
I think it's a fair assessment. It's very subjective with these cars. So I think it could be, there's outliers. I would be in the outlier zone because I wouldn't sell it anyway unless it was some ludicrous amount of money. It's a keeper for me.